Okay, welcome back to the shop. So today we're going to do something a little different. Going to do an unboxing. Don't really do unboxings on this channel. Sometimes we look at new tools we get or something like that, but this time purchased something from a seller on eBay. He gave us a really good deal on something, and he said he was going to throw in some random extra things, and thought, what the heck, we'll see what the random extra things are on camera. So here we go. See what we got. So we got a chain here from a chainsaw. This is kind of at the root of what we got. Get that out of there first because it's got some sharp bits on it. So there we go. Got a pretty nice old school fast wrench here. I don't know what, everybody has a different name for these, but this is a proto. This is actually a really nice one. So that's going to be nice to have around here. I actually don't have one of these, so there we go. 3/8 drive. That's a nice quality USA made tool here. We got a forged set of wrenches here. It says it's forged vanadium, and it looks like these are made, it says it's an auto kit. Try and get some light on that there. Looks like this is something geared towards putting in your automobile, and I'm not quite sure. Let's see. Oh, okay, I see. They just bolt together. That's interesting. They have looks like they have a wrench inside here as well. Fascinating. Yeah, so that's 5/16 and this is 7/16, and I would guess they go up. Yep, along the sizes. Here's can't read out. Oh, there we go. 1/2 inch and 7/16. That's actually kind of nice because if you have this in a vehicle or something, you would very likely need a 7/16 wrench and a 7/16 wrench. So having them on two different wrenches is pretty handy to get things apart. So there we go. That's interesting. Maybe we'll do a tryout on cleaning these up on something with a product that we've been playing around with here in the shop. Clean them up and give them a restoration. Okay, we got a Pony corner clamp here. That's nice. These are handy to have around, and you just use these, you know, clamp things here corner wise or something like that. This will be handy to have around the shop as well. Okay, we got a nice square drive ratchet here. I believe this was probably 1/2 inch. Walden Worcester from Massachusetts. It may just be a square drive. I'll have to measure it. But some of these older ratchets, they're not reversible. So they would have a square that you would push through for this direction, and then you'd either take it out and put it in the other way for using the ratchet the other direction, or it may just very well be a it does have 9/16 on here, but I don't know if it's 9/16 or not. We didn't know what we were getting into here, so we didn't measure anything, but still, nonetheless, a very interesting tool. And, you know, an interesting side note on some of these older tools, you see the heads riveted together here, and the fitment in the hand is really ergonomic on a lot of these older tools. Just something that you don't quite get the same feel nowadays as you do with the older tools like this. So this is really neat. Actually not a tool name I'm familiar with. Maybe other guys know of them, but I don't know of them here. So there we go. Okay, here's a Billings. Everybody calls them something different, monkey wrench or what have you. This is a classic style wrench. This is a 10-inch one. Again, the fitment of these old tools is really nice. You can see I have what looks to be an Acme thread in it here. Nice coarse strong thread here, and these are pretty good and tight yet. These are in good shape. Would be another good candidate for a restoration here in the shop. Play around with that. That's a nice tool as well. Okay, so here we have, can't say I've seen one of these before. It's a super ratchet, so that tells us it's probably a Williams, and it is. I'm more used to the other style, the pairhead style Williams ratchets, which is okay. This is a, a more fine-tooth type deal, and this is a really nice ratchet actually. So it feels like the mechanism's a little gummy in it, but that's okay. We should be able to get it apart and clean it up, and give this thing some new life to it. Nice. So here we have the ever interesting time of unistrut elbow here, welded to a vice grip. This was somebody's custom rig that they made up for something at some point. We've all been there. So we may, we'll probably cut that off of there and give this thing a, let's see here. I'm not an aficionado completely on these vice grips, but I do believe this is back when they still made them here in the USA. So, yep, believe so. And these are pretty good tools. Welding, you can get the pads kind of gummed up when they have the swivel pads, but they're still nice to have around for, that sort of stuff. But either way, that's kind of an amusing thing that somebody made up their specific purpose in mind. Maybe it sat like this, just to get things clamped in place for a fixture for something. So looks like this was tack welded multiple times. There we go, this here tack welded multiple times just to hold it in place, and then it was somebody's fixture. So that's the sort of thing you do with a shop on a table like this. Okay, here we have another ratchet, 1/2-inch ratchet. This also feels a little gummy, but it feels like it's there. I think it just needs a good cleaning and re-greasing, and it'll be fine. The gears, or the teeth in it, the ratchet paw, seems okay. It just seems a little long in the tooth there. Yeah, I think that'll be okay. We'll take that apart and clean it up. That's a Walden, so that's also probably same manufacturer as this, just many years later. Kind of surprised I haven't heard of that name, but can't know them all, and I'm not greatest with names. Okay, a little side note here I thought I'd mention. We were saying we didn't really know what size this was a little bit earlier here, but this is actually indeed 1/2-inch. 1/2-inch ratchet goes right in it. Nice fit. So maybe what we'll do one of these days when we get some more equipment here at the shop, maybe we'll see if we can make an anvil for this. Have an idea how they were all made years ago, and be a fun little project to see if we can make ourselves an anvil for this thing and have it a nice usable tool again. And maybe we'll even be able to find some photos of exactly how Walden made them. So just thought I'd put that in onto your regularly scheduled program. So here's a very specific purposed vice grip, and we can see it has stamped in it bell system. So I don't know if they were using this as a crimper. Let's see if I can get some better light there. There we go. I don't know if they were using this as a crimper or if they were using this for something very specific. You can see it has a stop here. Perhaps, not quite sure exactly what this was intended for. There's another piece here that many people have seen on a caulk gun for puncturing something, and it may be something very similar here, just to puncture something and then crimp it or do whatever. I'll do a little research on that. Maybe we'll do a video if anybody knows. There is no real adjustment here. It's the adjusting screws in here, but you can't get to it. It's at a set spot. So I do believe this is probably some sort of crimper adapted from the Vice Grip 7R pliers. So that's an interesting tool as well. That's very interesting. Anybody recognizes this and knows what it's for, let us know in the description, or the you know what I mean. Alright, here we go. We got a dead ratchet. It's an SK. Maybe we'll see if we can get some parts for it and put her back together one day. Looks like it was a 3/8 model number on it there. These SKs are good ratchets, made well. And here you can see how the you can't really, there we go. You can see the inner part there, and it's all in decent shape. I would assume the ratchet paw, you know, just met its maker there, and time for a new rebuild kit. And we get to the root of what we got here. Got the bar here, chain we already saw. Should have said blade and drive people insane. The rest of the saw. So this was from an era of very well made tools by Milwaukee. It looks like this one was a rental, which is okay. These aren't overly common to come across. It seems like everything's working. So I was happy to find this one. Probably from the late 90s era, early 2000s. So there we go. 16-inch chainsaw. I realize the lighting's a little crappy here. We're backlit, but it's the best we got with what we can do right now. So there we go. We'll throw some slides up of this stuff and show everybody everything that was in here. This was a fun purchase. If the seller that I bought this from is watching, thank you very much. And I enjoyed going through this, and maybe we'll see a bunch of this stuff again on the channel here. We'll do some restorations on some of these tools and fix them up. So anyway, screwing around with a different format here. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.